Okay, I'm gonna try a 200L play and explain. I haven't played much online for the last month, so expecting to be a little rusty / that's my excuse, but the tables look mostly fine. I don't think we're gonna plan to leave any at the moment. Just a bunch of short stacks hanging around, seeing a little bit of wacky stuff, so I think we're selected for the moment. But yeah, pretty new to 200L, have like 2k hands so far, so looking to see how long we can last. Not much incentive to bluff 4-way limp pot. I just don't care enough. Large open, players left to act. We have a smallest reshove. I expect him to reshove most everything. So yeah, I don't know about sizes here. I feel like just going to 26 isn't too appealing as just going to like 12 or something, but I'm not really sure about that spot. I think I'll open 5s almost in pure, especially on a low roll up here from low jack. Just giving up on the table 2 limp pot thing. And pre, I'm wondering if we ever ISO this hand. I think it's fine to just over limp here. Looks like we just get a call from this dude. Let's see if they want to rip. And I don't mind just checking big overpair for a deception here. Either way is fine. I don't think they're folding very much, so we could get it in here, but I'll just let them have a check, and I'll preferably just bet the lower overpairs, I guess. So yep, get the shove and just hope to see a naked queen, and if they 2-pair or whatever, that's totally fine. And so yep, naked queen, kind of what we wanted, just not the river we expect. So happy to just keep contributing to my yellow line. Sometimes you just gotta work on the EV graph instead of your overall graph, just for balance. So I'm not sure what this means. It's like new player maybe, but we have the same HUD. But either way, if they're topping up and stuff, I might consider just sitting out and searching for greener pastures on table 3. Jack 4 suited. I don't know if it's an open. It's probably like Jack 5 suited plus, or maybe this mixer or something. No real reads in the blind, so I'm not gonna go for it this time here. Just have limp pot here. Seems like pretty wide player, but not much stats, and versus that type of thing, I think I'm just going to be doing a lot of double barreling. Limp pot expect weak type of player to be betting a large portion of their flush draws, so don't give them too much credit here, and so just going to be a little fancy and go for the raise here and then give up on the river. King 10 off is going to be too weak here, A7 off is going to be too weak here. And yep, just easy fold up top left. And not sure if we need to be fighting too hard for these pots and making weird fancy stuff, but I think it's fine to just go for it a lot of the time, and versus like the 1 big blind turn bet, I feel like we can raise and perform okay enough there to just do that a decent amount of the time. This table's still good. This table's got one dude that's good. This table is good. This one we're gonna sit out, and we will open this if it folds to us in the cutoff here. And we're gonna squeeze this spot. Ugh. I don't know now. I don't know how our incentivization changes once we get two callers and we just have to play out of position more. Like on one hand, I'm thinking, yeah, we get better odds, la la la, we can flop. On the other hand, I'm thinking, don't want to play pot out of position, so I'm just trying to think of a size that I can fold to. So we'll just go 5x here. Maybe it's too small. I can still go larger and fold. But yeah, I kind of just want to battle the super short dude and gonna shove in versus him. I think I will fold if the button shoves. And tens here. I expect this guy to shove a lot, so I kind of think I just want to go for like the check potential reshove against him and just hope for like middling pairs in between. I assume this dude would have 3-bet like jacks a lot, so I think in terms of over pairs we're doing alright. So I think the check shove is going to be my preferred, just because I expect this guy to like ship a lot. We get the ship, and if they call, we will just rejam here, and they'll have to call off with 7s through 9s. Oh, they do it for us. I think we just can't fold here, given odds, etc., and the fact that we can't give them too much 6x, and I don't think they have too much jacks, though it is totally possible that they might. Okay, and we dodge everything, so OESD, and then turned 2-player plus flush draw, so just nice lucky hand there to hold up on. And I just want to look at that one again, because we might want to mark this dude with the 3-4 off with what happened pre, right? We squeezed, so I mean both guys are pretty crazy. Looks like this dude left. This guy might earn a new color beyond green for his heroic 3-4 call pre, and give it. Takes a lot of cojones, so I don't think it's your ordinary greenfish player, and I'm assuming that they didn't rebuy. It's a new player here. But this table is really great so far. This one's good, this one is okay, and this, yeah, we're still waiting to sit out here, so we will actually be sitting at the next hand so we can start searching. And so I'm just going to give it like a minute before I reopen, because I feel like when I've been closing and immediately reopening tables, I'm just getting plopped back in the same spot. So I'm just going to give it some time to hopefully fill up with someone else, and then when we rejoin, we get slotted into a different table. And just going to mark some hands. So, in theory, he should probably just be checking a lot up here on table 1 versus the cold call on this. I definitely shouldn't be using like a large sizing too often, at least in theory. I don't think so. Versus button call on the queen 5-7 is pretty good board for them, so they're not going to 3-bet all their ace queen off, etc. Here I think we have check continue in some way. I'm not sure actually how probes on paired board work. Don't know if we split 33 plus 110 or whatever. And my ace kind of blocks some of their ace high calls, but if I'm gonna mix, I think I'm gonna be probing at this roll, and we'll just go for, oh, this is some limp pot. Okay, so never mind. I thought that was just regular open call type of deal. I missed what happened up here with the large. Okay. Looks like it was large bet call and the in position just stab turn and everyone folded. I'm not gonna be able to 3-bet here. We just have open, cut off call. Hijack checks. And we're gonna try to open the new table. And looks like we got a lucky one. 2 short stacks. We will take that. Tens are good. Hopefully we see a rebuy here. Come on, the water's warm. Nah, doesn't look like it. Oh, yep, sweet. Some big action down here. It's 5-15 shove, ace queen, ace jack. Be opening ace queen down here. Not gonna get fancy over here on this left board. Yeah, the only thing I was thinking, same here, on this one, is for this tens board, is if, you know, these people are showing up with the 8-5 suited and 3-4 offsuit, then we can't just give them credit for, like, what we were saying, which is, like, 7s through 9s. We have to be worried about, you know, random shit hitting the X, the 6X, if they have this, so, it might be kind of a fruitless endeavor to try to, like, throw them out of range too much, so I think we just have to kind of think about the hand and play it, and yeah, I think it's still nothing to think about besides calling there, but just thinking that we're not going to be accurately able to gauge the holdings there, I don't think. Versus the pot-sized turn stab, I guess it is. Not gonna continue here. And queen jack off's gonna be worth too loose to 3-bet, even if there was no limp in the cutoff and it was just button on 2.5x. Just, I don't think I'm ever 3-betting queen jack off. King 4 suited. I am just going to fold. I would, yeah, call if there's no player here, and if they were deeper, potentially. Not doing anything fancy here. Ace 10 off. Not sure how it feels about the 2x open. I believe we will have some more calls than allowed versus 2.5 in the small blind, but I'm just going to go with the 3-bet this time. 6-5 suited, I'll consider 3-betting versus the cutoff ISO. Otherwise, I might just over limp on table 4 versus their short stack. This hand doesn't perform too well, but would like to see flops and try to play in position pot against deeper blinds there. Roll super low. Yeah, I'm kind of talking myself out of it now with the ability for them to reshove in this hand. At least it's an easy fold. But I think if I am going to do this, I don't want to do it all the time. And so on this low roll, I'm not going to go with the original plan. Not meaning to be a servant to the RNG, but yeah, I don't know. King 8-7, middle pair. That's board that's pretty good for us. Not sure if we'll be range betting, so maybe we can size up a little bit. And I think I want to get in a bet a lot of this time with this hand and get a low roll. So we're gonna go like, I think 50 to 75 is fine. Just go 50. And on a 2, so we didn't bet small on the flop with range, so we're kind of segmented. So I don't know if we're gonna go with an overbet strategy per se. Perhaps we can have a smaller size for this type of value region. But I do think some type of larger / check strategy is fine. So this hand I think is going to be a nice check, especially on the super low roll. And pretty clean run out. I think we'll be able to reopen the action. So it's just kind of what sizing do you want to use. Mainly to get called by 7s, 6s, 5s, 4s, maybe some ace high that we don't block. So I think half pot's fine. Maybe 66 is fine. So yeah, on this type of run out, I think this hand can go 66. So we're gonna go for that bet. And we do get some nice value there. And let's see how light villain called. So they just had the river 3. So they called flop with air. And then didn't decide to bluff the river. Okay, so potentially just weaker player there. Fours can mix. I guess we're in the hijack here. I'm gonna get in it this time. 9-3 suited, even versus small size. I think it's a little hairy to call versus cutoff. Maybe versus button min raise. Even then, I think it's too ambitious. 7-8-2. I think it's low and disconnected enough that we can just go big bet or check. And this hand is probably just wants to check most of the time. And decent card for them to stab on, as we're betting a lot of our flush draws on the flop and a lot of our 8x plus. And this hand has no qualities to do anything else. It's fold. If we're suited, it'll be a fold, but we'll try to watch and see if we can find what they're opening 4x. I don't think they've been opening too much 4x, so it's kind of funky. I think this will just be a squeeze a lot of the time, and we'll just go to 7.5 at least, probably. So let's try that this time. So we get 2 calls. A6-2, not too hot for us. We're not going to be squeezing 6s or 2s here ever. They'll probably have those combos in full, I presume. Ace is decent for us. Don't hate small bet or check. Club's going to allow us to do both check call and bet in a relatively high frequency. I am just going to check. And versus pot size shove here, I'm just going to have to call off, I think. Unless this player also calls. I think I'm just checking range on this board, and I don't have too much of a reason to adapt to anything else, because I'm trying to avoid having to put 2x or almost 3x times the pot bet on the flop. So pretty good sign here. I suspect these are like weakish players, and I'd expect them to like just bet their ace-x a lot. But still not sure what we can get value from between 7s and 8s, and then like random like 7-6 and weak pairs. So I'm just gonna go for the check again, probably check call, and then on another overcard I will just check down. We pick up the gut shot as well. I kind of just want to realize here. Slash hope they shove, and I think we can still call off. We'll just be around 30%, I think, pot odds, and hope they fold. And we'll brick out, and that's fine here. Yeah. I don't expect us to have much fold equity here, especially this dude, so not going to pull it. And we're just going to try to shell it on the 9s here. Versus check pot, I think I'm just going to have to find the fold. It is definitely kind of tilting. I don't think they're lip calling much. They could have just random shit though, like Jack 5 suited. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna just let this one go and be mad about it. Perhaps I can think of like a block on the river or something. Just block fold might be nicer. But yeah, not really sure. So that one hurts a bit. I think I might mark that one just to think about multi-way. Can't really run anything in PO etc. for it, but can just try to think about it a bit. And tables look fine still. So we had the limp Jack 9 suited. Be ISOing ace queen here, and I think 6 or 7x is fine. Go 6 here. And we'll be calling any 30 big blind shoves from player 2. So not heads up with the player we want, but good flop for us. I think we can do a decent amount of checking here. They should be stronger with their check call range, but kind of hard to predict what that looks like. I think we're just very incentivized to bet a lot of the time, and I think the old 33 will be fine here. Potential 3-bet spot, but it's hard to find them folding too much. Like, I just don't feel like these weak players fold what they're supposed to that gives you EV here. Like, I don't think they're folding like king 10 off, king jack off enough. So I don't know. Maybe call's fine. That might be a bad fold. Same here. This hand just performs better at deep stacks, and so I don't really want to put in 4 bigs on the button, and I don't really want to 3-bet this. I don't think that much. And assuming the fish is just ISOing, splitting their sizes, 4x being larger, I'm just gonna say meh. And here I just want to get it all in with versus these two players, so I'm just gonna go to like 9x. to guarantee all in here if they call. And I missed that one, but now we have to actually play a pot here. Gut shot, jack. Kind of the theme of this video has been just seeing like short stacks shove a lot. I expect them to shove like probably any of their 8x, and it's fine losing to a jack. So I'm just gonna play check here, and that's a nice card for us. Now we're at the point of near immortality. I'm thinking I'll just try to deceive here again. Not the card we wanted, but it's hard to find many like votes for them. 9x could make sense, but just hope to get heroed by 8x or something, and potentially looks bluffy on my end. I think turn can go either way. I just expect these players to ship a lot. Looks like this table's gonna get not ideal. This player sits out. This guy's rebought in for 100 or whatever. So I think we're gonna sit out that one on the next big blind. But otherwise, everything else looks fine. This table's good. This table's fine. Dead shot backdoor. I don't know if we're gonna find too many folds here unless he goes large. Fold this. Yeah, I think at some frequency I'll check raise here, but on super low roll I'll just go for the call. And this is just a card we'll overfold on. Okay. Quick check. Do I want to 3-bet here? Probably just more ace 4, ace 5. So let's just bet check, bet line. Do I want to have some large sizings? Yes. Don't know if I need to think about theory too much because I'm just versus this type of player. This type of player probably that limps and stuff probably is going to bet most of their ace-x on the turn, but I think they might call light with like queen x that they might check behind, so I think just going for some type of catch-all sizing is okay. Ace jack suited. I think it's strong enough to 3-bet get all in versus this dude. And we're gonna close this one out, and then in a few minutes try to open again, find a new table. And this will be pure versus button. Pure 3-bet. Pretty good board. I feel like we both have a lot of stuff. We should both have all the sets. I guess I'm 3-betting 10-8 suited. So I feel like ranges are kind of symmetrical, and we're a little more merged with queens plus, and then like the topest up top. But anyways, I think this is a board where small size is okay, and I think our hand class bets a lot of the time, and we roll super low. So. Eight is like a classic card that we're gonna check turn a lot. If we are using a small size, we might be betting some 8s. 7, 8, 8, 9, ace 8, pocket 8s, and stuff like that. But I think it's a classic one that we want to check a lot on. Maybe stronger aces can bet, but they should still have some ace queen off, etc. And so it's starting to get a little hairy, and I think it's a fine hand to check call on. Here we're just going to stab. In limp pots, after they check back flop, I just almost stab range on turns. And now with the flush, probably going to be check folding versus their 1.5x shove. But we can call versus that. Ace jack suited is just still going to be too strong to consider doing anything else. I think shoving merge is kind of weird. We block like their jack 9 type of stuff that we really want to call. And they're probably not going to call off with like ace 9 and stuff like that. So I think we have to go to a call and then potentially a check fold on the river. When they bet that size, they're not really representing any 10x, so it doesn't help them besides their 8x that boats up. So I'll have an interesting like bluff catching decision if they decide to ship. And I'm probably going to be leading towards a fold. Over here, I'm just going to go for some type of this sizing, I think is fine. So yeah, we block like some of their bluffs with the jack. I'm just thinking like the queen jack, jack 9 type of stuff. So I'm thinking our kicker is not ideal to bluff catch with. It's just a matter of, is the value too high up? I don't think we're beating any value when they shove, like the worst aces that I mentioned. It's just hard to find that much 8x that they have. Some combos of 7-8, 8-9, some 10-8. I'm not sure if they have much 10x that bets the turn, so... Okay, yeah, ace queen makes sense. Yeah, it's a hand they shouldn't be forbetting much often pre, and it is a hand that wants to get value on the turn and then cannot shove river. So I would say pretty well played by them, and I don't think I can do anything differently with ace jack. Oh, I fell asleep over here. Probably just like checking a lot. They have all the sets. I'm not squeezing anything besides 9s probably. 4s I will just call. Not expecting to get 3-bet much by the weaker player, the limper over here. This is kind of annoying. I don't think I can call with the dude left behind. You know, we have some double backdoor stuff going on, but versus 3/4 pot, it's just like, not with this one left, I don't think. So goodbye, ace king. But I would like to see. So we had the 8-7 and the ace 4. Okay. Wow, 2 gut shots calling, man. This is what you love to see. 4s isn't. I think it's a interesting check by them. Yeah, the queen's pretty good for us. I'll have like a lot of pairs and then some weird like 10x suited Broadway stuff, probably flatting on the button. But super low roll, multi-way. Not gonna get crazy with the 4s, I don't think. Oh, and kind of forgot to search for the new table. That one's not going to be it. And I think after this hand, we'll just wrap this one up. So here goes 5 into, what is it, like 7? Just not exciting properties to continue here. Multi-way especially, so they take it down. And I think... Alright, last hand. Cold card here. You probably just want to be thinking about some weaker Broadway stuff and pairs. Middle boards cards hit him pretty well. Do we have much incentivization to bet this hand? I think multi-way we want to perform just through check. A lot of backdoors, so we just kind of hope for a good turn. King jack off, we're not going to be able to play versus a low jack open, especially versus a button call. And it's going to be too large to continue here. But yeah, that'll wrap this one up. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.